Oh man, I didn't change the thumbnail. Oh well. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Margie. I'm a Healthy Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I tell you, I feel good. I feel real good today. I'm tired of being glumlot. I'm tired of today I did not wake up surmounted by fear. I didn't go to bed actually, it was a rough night. But I'm still, Benny has a bad ear, so we were up contending with that. And he's better now, so that's okay, but I'm not you get as much as sleep as I would have liked to, but what do? You press on. So today's a new day. Almost got all the freaking expenses. It is by all intents and purposes the in 24 hours people have helped me. and see, because I have like $5,000 saved for the move, but then it's like there's other expenses. Like I had to have truck like $500 done, $600 close to done work on the truck, and so I'm like, well, that was moving money, but I got to do it. And then people really have stepped up to really help me a lot, and for that I'm forever grateful. See, I shot myself in the foot a long time ago because I came independent, painfully independent, because I was put into an environment when I was born, that where wasn't one of those kind and loving families where everybody took care of everybody, but they said they did, and if you were, if you acted a certain way, then they would they would. That's how most people are. You got to act a certain kind of way, and I just always acted all kinds of ways, and the ways I acted, people just didn't like. So I just kind of got freaking sent out on the fringe a long time ago. So I've been living in the fringe my whole entire life. But I got to dip into 3D world. I don't know if I was ever supposed to be part of that mainstream world ever. Uh, but I got to dip into that, and what I've seen is people just there's people that just really like to hurt people. And when I was a little girl, we'd go to church. Mom would take us to church, and she'd have us pray all the time and stuff. Then I'd go to church, and I'd see the people, and I would see how they'd really act. The people that went to church, and I was like, so I had this bad taste in my mouth against church people, and it didn't matter what congregation. We'd go to all kinds of churches: Baptist, Episcopalian, Protestant. Just I lived in the Midwest. There's a lot of spiritual type folks in the Midwest, and they hung out with. We had mutual friends at Bill W, and there are a lot of preachers. I'd been around a lot of different preachers, and just because people spread the gospel and the words of God doesn't mean that they're living them. It just means that they might benefit from doing so. And so I always steered away, even though I had a personal relationship with God. But my God was always different than what everybody else. I always listened to what everybody else told me. That no, if your God is this and your God is this, and I was just like, well, my God don't sound like really really cool God. And it wasn't until I was in recovery, went into recovery back in June of 2002, that I got to define my own relationship with the higher power. That it could be whatever you want, even if it was, some people say, even if it's a doorknob. Like, who's gonna make a higher power their doorknob? That's weird. One chick, she said her higher power was Garfield, the cat. And so there's all this disdain that I had in me towards God, and since my life has switched, since I became a work from home daughter, what's happened to me is I got my relationship with me. See, it's not just Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It's Mother, Daughter, and Holy Spirit too. It's for everybody. It's all inclusion. We live on an all inclusion earth, so be careful when people are asking you to pay so much to be a part of their exclusive clubs and their memberships. Because what you don't know what they're doing with your funds. You know what I mean? They could be. I've been listening to a lot of Jesse Zabora lately, and the realities of that, the tunnel kids and stuff like that. It's just like, man, this is stuff I heard my whole entire life, and then people, or I knew about, and I've seen and evidence of, nope, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. So in my mind, anyone that says no, that's not how it is, or tries to lead your thinking, is probably not someone that you want to know. I was surrounded by people that tried to control my behaving and direct control and direct my behavior my entire life, and nothing I ever did was that bad. Like when I was a little kid, I'd go lay in the aisle at the movie theater, like I was at home watching TV on my stomach, just laying there. I ain't bothering nobody. I was out of the way. Nobody was gonna walk over me. My brother, Mom, go get Margie. She's embarrassed. Yeah, I've just always been. I'm like, but the thing of it is, when other people acted a kind of way, it didn't embarrass me. I just watched, and I was just like, man, they're weird. But, I didn't take on their stuff. I would get embarrassed in other ways, like with our old crappy cars and shit like that. Mom dropped me off away from the high school. People do that, and their parents are in, like, nice cars and stuff like that. So anyway, when I had a really close personal relationship with God when I was younger, and then when I started drinking, and I stepped away from him, and I stepped into ego, and I never wanted and whenever I felt like getting, he was always there when I never shut him out. And I think there's times that I've even denounced him before in rage and stuff, and quickly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, you know what I mean? I didn't mean it, I'll be obedient, I'll be the good little Heyoka, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. and so, I've had to remind Mom to keep her faith my whole entire life too, because she's lost her faith a time or two, and it's like, lucky for us, we haven't both lost it at the same exact time, you know what I mean? So, we, since life got real quiet 4 years ago, and I got to get real close to God again, and I found my Bible recently, and we used to go to Bible school even when I'd have to go visit my dad when he lived in Bakersfield, or was that Fresno? Wife number 2. Anyway, we'd go, and I had just had fun hanging out with the kids and the people. I don't remember what they talked about. I just remember hanging out with other kids, and it was a lot of fun. And then, like, going home on the school bus and crawling around under the seats and stuff like that. Sliding on the floor, doing mischievous things, but not destructive things, Now I see freaking people going out, and they're just, God, man, they start fires on purpose and stuff, man. It is I'm like, I never would have ever thought about doing this stuff. Is this what happens when everybody gets an award? I never got awards, not until I was in the Air Force. I got a couple big awards. I got one out of, like, it was squadron wide. And our squadron had like 1,800 people in it, though, because it was the maintenance squadron, the 55th Maintenance Squadron. I was part of the 55th Maintenance Squadron. And I got airman. I was up for base-wide Airman of the Quarter. See, they give you awards. They just give you awards. I mean, they read off the stuff. I'm like, did I do that? I don't remember doing that, That's cool. I did that. I don't know. But because they always read off your... They read off your award. Get your picture taken. Marge, quit clowning around. What? I got a few awards standing next to some guy. It's probably out of military fitness standards, because they all are now. Anyway, I saw DT was in the president was in Sacramento yesterday. Sack of tomatoes. Yeah, I lived in Sacramento for a while. My brother lives there. Wonder if he hung out with him. I wonder if he got to meet him. Bet he wouldn't look him in the eye. Bet he wouldn't. His president. Yeah. I'd be like, hi, I'm Marge. Scorpio moon, just like you. I get him. I got 3 major placements just like him. So, like, all the way that people are like, when he like this, when he cheesy smiles, I know what he's thinking. I know, It's because we all got our astrological alignments and planetary alignments and stuff, and everybody's the freaking same, man. Everybody's the same. People tell me when their birthday is, and then I tell them about their temperament, and I'm like, "Are you blah 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 blah? Do you do this?" And they're like, "Everybody's the same." It's when people are like, "No, I'm just like everybody else. I just like to wear bright colors. I come up with clever t-shirt ideas. Straight people like rainbows too." I'm like, "Why do the gays get it? What?" And I was gay even, and I'm like, "Dude, that's not fair. That's stingy. Why does one group get the rainbow? Ain't nobody get to declare a rainbow. And besides, mine's the color spectrum. Ever since I was a little girl, I drew the rainbow colors in this order because it made more sense from light to dark. And it's tactilely, it feels good. It's like a guitar for the tactiles that like the take it easy, Turbo. Calm down now. That's what I do. I get it on, man. Just rub your shirt. You'll be alright. I want to see the sun today. I was happy to see it. I came out this morning, let the dogs out about 6. A couple of them. There it is back there. It's in the trees still. Which trees? Those trees. It's back there. Oh, there it is. Can you see it? Can I see it? I can't see it. There it is. Let's see if I get a... I got an idea! There it is. I got an idea! So... like my file cabinet has all my important papers in it. Everybody keeps their important papers in their backyard, don't they? I didn't want to bring it in the house ever. So now it's almost time moving day. So, all right, easy access. Air's still crap, but I don't care because I saw a star this morning and I made a wish. So today is the 16th of September. I called about a place yesterday and haven't heard back from nobody. And so that's when I just had to drop that rock yesterday. I mean, today's a new day. Today's a new day. Today, it's just like I get up and I get so excited for all the possible. Like, someone could call and be like, "Hey, Marge, we got a place for you. You know, wire us the money, pick up the keys here. You know, that kind of stuff." You can't. But it's like I can't land on any one possibility because then that's when the end of the day, if these things don't happen, then I'm like, oh. But it's just like, this could be this could be this. So I'm one of those types that thinks a lot, and a lot of people don't think a lot. More people don't think a lot, I think, than think. Because thinking is kind of lost art because they took all the thinking tools away. The society, the dumbing down of society has been taking creative tools since I was a little girl away. There used to be a lot more band, a lot of more musicians, a lot more music art classes, a lot more creativity, and they've solely stifled that away, and then they made creativity exclusive too, and they've done that in Hollywood, and then they've it's not everybody, but there's some people that are promoting their evil Luciferian stuff. There's some that are promoting their God stuff, love, light, family, all that stuff. And then there's both sides that are, trying to get the other side to change their team and stuff like that. And so there's this truth and vibration or there's a vibration to every emotion, to everything that happens. There's energy, there's a vibration. Truth has a vibration. So when you walk into a place and you talk to somebody and you're like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And all that stuff. And you're like, "I need this." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that." Then why are you there? When you ask yourself, when you walk into so many organizations and entities, and ask yourself, these like Social Security and all these government agencies that siphon, they're the ones that siphon, take all the money. They're the ones that siphon, rape, and pillage the society for their new office buildings with glass everywhere and you know, because they're just helping people. So you need to freaking, you know, sit at a freaking $7,000 desk and a freaking 2,000. I know this, Chuck, because I always like made friends in the big companies I work with purchasing and stuff like that. Because I was in the supply chain off it. I was a TODO last year. I was in the parts person and the technical order distribution officer is what the TODO is. I was Toto. Can you believe that? The little dog on Wizard of Oz. That's what my actual Air Force for Toto. I was the Toto, the Offutt Toto. That is so fucking funny to me. How is that not funny? I mean, the synchronicities of my life are just freaking hilarious. An age ranger. It's the old new age, and I was an age ranger, and this is the new age. I mean, come on, man. Whoever set up my Akashic record is a Weisenheimer, that's for sure. What else? Yeah, so that was a blessing. So now I'm all about God, and I'm all about praising God, and freaking, I don't even care if I look like one of those wackadoos that's just all about God. I don't have a crucifix, and I don't even have, you know what's funny? I bib, like, for my niece, for her communion, I got her a rosary. A rosary. And then, but I don't have anything. I like I got this. It's all for the saints. I'm not any denomination. I just believe in God, source. Love is the highest vibration, and I don't think people need to pay for people's building overhead and electricity for buildings and stuff like that for them to come to. And that's what's cool part about the new old age is everybody's coming into their conception of God. Everybody is getting mercy in somehow this week. If you've been doing the work, that's 2 readers I listened to that last night that are saying the same thing. Or one was Marge astrology this morning, and the other was yesterday. And if you've done the work, and you've been good, you've been nice, then this could very well be your week, you know. But if you've been living from ego and you've been freaking naughty, then this could be the week that you're gonna have to freaking really decide, do you want to live that way anymore? Is that how you want to show up in life? I used to watch that, you know, before David Spade started creeping me out. There's a movie called Joe Dirt. I got it on DVD. I got so many movies on DVD because when I was in the Air Force and I lived in the dorms, that's when Blockbuster and Hollywood Videos were all over the place and stuff. So you go in the $5 bin, you know, get 5 movies for $25, and then you know, so now I got all these movies, you know. And Joe Dirt was one that I liked. And you know, it's funny. I think about all the stuff that I used to like, but I think about where I was when I liked it, and where my ego placement was, because we all got energy in us. See, I identify as a female. I'm a female. I hated that fact for a long time because I had bad stuff happen to me when I was a little girl, so I equated being a female with being weak, and then don't know how to shut up because, Mom, if you just kept your mouth closed, he wouldn't get so mad and freaking beat you down all the time. You just kept your mouth closed. Why do you gotta egg them on? And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm the egger on her. You know? But then, and then I thought, oh, she was just speaking her piece. You know, he didn't like it. You know, because my vibration was trained and to be programmed early on, and to be controlled. But my spirit, that's what they tried to do with but my spirit wouldn't allow it, and I'd always rebel, and I'd always be the contrary, and I'd be like, nope, I'm not doing that. That's dumb. I'm not doing that. Oh, and you want to know why little spectrometers, little Aspie kids, like walk around with one sock on and one shoe? Like, well, some kids are always like, you know, like one sock is, it's temperature regulation. I'm always regulating my temperature. That's why I'm always like freaking, because I freaking put off so much heat. You know, I get hot and then I get chilly. You know, everybody does it, man. I mean, it's so stupid that doctors are like, oh, you must have having a heat flash. They're having a heat flash. Well, guess what? Men have them too. How many dudes do you know, freaking fat, skinny, it don't matter. They get under stress. It's their endocrine system. It's their nervous system, you know. I often wonder about things like when people say people have nervous breakdowns. What is a nervous breakdown? Who gets to have those? I've been nervous and I've been terrified in my life over and over and over and over and over again. Now it's just like, get through it, go on. It's just like, get through it, go on. Benny's here, don't sleep all night, get through it, get on. Yesterday it was, this extra expense for the truck, get through it, go it on. I'm like even thinking about selling her, actually. I could probably get about 7-8 grand for her. I love her so much. Maybe later. I can't. Just the idea of that. I'm like, no, you can't do that because the idea of that just makes your heart go. You love your big red truck, Marge. You got a little. Your mom gets in it okay too, but she ain't always gonna be able to get into it. Probably not for another couple, much longer. So, but I got it. I'm excited to get her to a better place. Everybody's excited to get to a better place right now. They really are. And I want to say thank you to those that have stayed course. I lost like 7 subscribers overnight. I knew I was gonna. I was watching myself dance around yesterday, and I'm just like, you're definitely. I don't know. See, that's the thing is, I just always acted from my heart because people have their opinions of me anyway. They're already not. Most time, people just don't like me just based on how I look. They haven't. Yeah. Because I might look like okay here now, but then I take off my bandana, then my hair gets crazy, and my hair gets piled. Then they're like, oh God, she's crazy. Look at that crazy lady. I'm like, what? No, this is all because I get hot. Don't people get hot? Don't people do things like I don't do anything without a reason. And the thing of it is my brain, a long time ago, I started thinking that I don't think anybody else does anything without a reason. Then I started wondering, why are they doing that? Why are they acting that way? But being an empath, I always know who the creepy pervy uncle is and aunt. I always know who the creepertons are. I always know because see, what happened when in psychology, what they say happens. I'm trying to be an anomaly. I'm trying to break the cycle. But what they say is that, like, when people are born into poverty and they're born into, and you're neglected, and I was neglected. I didn't get the nurturing, kind, loving environment that a lot of people got. I didn't. So what happens is because I didn't know what that vibrational frequency of love felt like, but I knew what trauma was, then trauma replaced my lovey feeling. And then there was so much trouble. So anytime somebody would try to be loving to me and comforting, it would feel like, oh, what is that? What are you doing? What do you want from me? Don't touch me. Please don't hurt me. Because I've seen so many people like, oh, it's okay, come here. And they grab you and they lure you being all nice and then they harm you. And I was around those people a lot. Bullies, that's just a bully is. They bring... So I had to learn to defend myself a lot in life, because there's a lot of bad people out there, and the rest of the world is seeing it now. They're finally seeing that there's a lot of darkness, but we can cast light on that darkness, and then the darkness becomes less dark. We can ratify darkness. We can ratify evil. We can just obliterate it. We can get rid of it. We can have peace on earth for everyone and get rid of all the freaking evil doers, the nefarious, the freaking baby, all of those nasty, anyone that isn't for freedom. I don't care what people label themselves. That's why I'm a Hilka. When people, that's the only thing I really identify with, but when people start labeling themselves like this just put themselves in groups and stuff like that, that's where it starts getting creepy and gross. And so I really try not to align myself with any outside denomination, organization, sect, politics. It's all reindeer games to me. I'm just for people that are trying to be good, to help other people have better lives. Like when people have good lives and they can help other people have good lives, and so on and so on. I just want a world for everyone. But in that, there's duality. To have a world for everyone, you got to have freaking darkness, because in the darkness comes light. I mean, that's how all seeds start. Well, most all seeds. Probably not all seeds ever, but all growth starts with a seed in darkness. It's like vampires. All that stuff is real. It's just, are you going to hang out with it? Are you going to play with it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to make that your world? I'm not. I believe in healing people. I won't do any sort of deviation to do it. I won't kill an animal. I won't harm anything. A plant. I'll pick a weed. I'll pick a flower. I'll use. I'll make oils and stuff like that at plants and flowers. They don't mind. They're glad to do it, because if that's going to heal a person, could you imagine what honor that would be for a plant to be like, I saved a person's life? Dude, that's a great arm. That's how freaking plants get good karma, shit. That's how, is by giving, and I gave myself up for the better part of the good. All those parts of me that see, because I gotta tell this story. Cat, where are you going? Mom watches Longmire a lot. And the storyline that was on this morning is the one with Gabrielle at Gab. And she was raped by some men on in a oil field. It's weird. My dad used to work in an oil field, so I know all these men things, man. They just got out of hand. Anyway, men camps are no bueno. Where too much of anything is never a good thing, and so too much of testosterone is never a good thing. Anyway, these guys, in a lot of Native American cultures, they do sweats when bad trauma happens. And what's that designed to do? Because when trauma happens, or something like that, or certain occasions arise, your spirit will come up out of your vessel. Oftentimes it'll splinter. And then when the event or the occasion is over, it will come back down into your soul sack. There are times when there are aspects of yourself. Aspect is just a characteristic, personality in yourself that will not come back after said trauma. And so these, I lost aspects in my youth because of sexual abuse, physical abuse, of my own seeing, these things. And I lost aspects. And then because of knowing about these things, I didn't know which ones it was, and what a lot of the aspects I lost were from my feminine energy side, because we're all masculine and feminine energy. We're male and female by gender, but energy we're all masculine and feminine. But because of my course of my life, I drew to all the masculine, because it was all the strength and all the tough and all the don't let him see his sweat and suck it up and no emotions and all that stuff. So all that boys don't cry stuff, it applied to Marge too. Marge don't cry neither. Come on, get away from there. Come on. It ain't that kind of party. Let's go. So what I had to do when I moved to Oregon and my life just shifted, call it that, and I became a work-from-home daughter, is that when because I didn't know how to love Mom proper, for me. And so I couldn't love her, but because I figured out how to love me, I figured out how to love her. And when I did that, it brought back in the nurturing mother aspects of me. I always love my dogs. I care for my dogs. I love my dogs. They're my kids, And then people, there's a dog, just a dog. I'm like, no, people don't even understand how much I love my dogs, That's why it's like nerve-wracking to not be able to find a place for all of us, That's why people go homeless and just go live in a trailer, because people can't accommodate their people's needs, because and it's like, I swear, there used to be a thing called the classified ads. where you could just go look and be like, hey, I need a place to live. Okay, yeah, you can live here. Here's a deposit. That's it. Now everybody has property managers, and there's laws and regulations, and you got to have service dog, and not emotional support. It has to be service, and it has to come from this. And it's just like, oh my, the system is just made to freaking so people can't live their lives. I see what they're doing. They want you to freaking do all their shit. You know, do their systems and play their little reindeer games, so you don't have enough time to enjoy your own fucking lives, fucking bastards. Anyway, so with coming into my appreciation and my love for my mother that I didn't have when I was a young girl because of our estranged. I got my first job when I was 15. And it was at a high school, and it was like $4.25 an hour or something like that. And I remember getting my first paycheck. It was like $250, and Mom made me give her $150. She made me pay for rent, half of rent, so she could teach me what it was like to be responsible. I'm like, dude, we fucking grew up on welfare. You don't pay rent. Come on, let's go. Underlay, Momonos. Get out of there now. Come on. You know, so it's just like, really? You know, people have always been teaching me these hard lessons. You know, teaching me hard lessons. I'm gonna make an example out of you, Margie. Margie Hessick. We're gonna make an example out of you. Go. We're gonna make an example out of you, Margie Hessick. That's what they did in the Air Force. They made an example out of me. They put me on the Fat Girl Club, the Chunky Chicken Club. Bunch of fat dudes telling me to go to the gym and work out. That ain't a slap in the face, man. I've been slapped in the face by freaking, you know, women, men, energetically, by just, you know, because they feel small and they see me as a powerful being. So they're like, let's see how we can not help this person. Because we have all the control. And look at all the freaking tiny little freaking spiritual beings in all the systems now that are still there, just not helping. And their budgets are getting bigger. Oregon is such a fucking crock. Check this shit out. There's only 4.5 million people in the whole state. Yet this state, with all of the resources it gets from the forestry department, the land bureau, all of these, you know, fish and game, billion-dollar industries, right, that get just all of these resources. How come in the billions, their budgets are in the billions, mind you, but there's only 4 million people in Oregon? How come the billions don't trickle down to, how come every Oregonian isn't a millionaire? Because that's not how it works, Margie. Until they stop eating people. Until they stop eating people. 800,000 kids. 800,000 kids go missing every day from these systems. CPS, Child Procurement Services. I did a talk on that because somebody I know posted, you may find yourself being put to good use by your friends, or it could be the circumstances that force you to reorganize and be more conservative. If all this should go rather smooth. That's my daily natal Saturn in sextile with Moon. It's my aspect of the day. Anybody in the talkie room? Because I forgot what I was saying. Nope. Nobody's in the talking room? Am I in the talking room? Where's my chat? I don't got no chat? That's messed up. Tech is so fucking stupid right now, too. It is so dumb. Let's see, what time is it? I gotta wait till 10 to go to PetSmart to get dog food. Because I keep forgetting. What's going on? The skies are clearing. Oh, there's. Hi, Carl. Rent is tax. It is. It's freaking drives me crazy. It's disgusting. It's all coming to an end. Hi, Autumn. G Dog, what up? Oh, it'll end because they can't go on. They can't go on. Do you know? I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm hearing feedback of myself. That's weird. I don't like it. That's one of the reasons why I just quit lying when I was a little girl and I just started telling on myself and shit because keeping track of lies and stuff like that, you know? I saw a funny one weekend at Biden's. I saw a funny mean weekend at Biden's. Dude, that's elder abuse, man. Let that guy fucking go home and eat his little ice cream bowl every night and you know, give him some of those. He likes sniffing things. Give him some of those car trees. You can just sit there freaking in the evening, freaking sniff his car trees and think about the good old days. And then eat his ice cream and not contribute to the downfall of the society of America. I'm all for America. America is my homeland. It was Turtle Island first. I like Turtle Island better. It's Turtle Island. But, you know, well, what do? You got it. You can't resist everything. So, you know, I got my flags. You know, and I get mad when people. I've gotten mad when people burn flags for years and years because, you know, I mean, even though the colonists came over and took the country from my ancestors, even though they did that, you know, and then that they said that they've been, you know, trying to make a free world forever, free land. This land is made for you and me, and we all know that, you know, and then we all know that that's not true, but it's the idea, the heart space in which it was supposed to be intended. There's a way that Turtle Island was supposed to be had the colonists came over and cooperated with us and didn't, you know, kill, rape, pillage, and take and all that stuff. And so now the vibration of truth, of the reality of how Earth is supposed to be, then that's going to open up and so be it. Right? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. We're not going to be doing this mass stuff too much longer, I don't believe. You know, because people are have been made to go within and withdraw, and they're summonsing all their aspects in, right? They're healing a lot of their parts that they lost when their spirit's fragmented. Everybody does it. You know, mothers do it at childbirth. You know, people do it when, like, it's that shock. It's just being in shock. It changes you on a chemical, physical way. It changes your psychology, you know. And so it changes you for the good or the better. It's not going to change you for the better without you doing the work. You know, so people, you got you got all kinds of people, but you got the kind of peoples that look at their hurts and then and then heal them, because you can't heal nothing without looking at it. I couldn't heal Benny's ear last night if I wasn't going to look in it, because I didn't want to deal with the problem of what was in. I didn't know what was in there. No, I don't ever get to do that. I just always got to do stuff because it's better for them. So people are calling in their aspects, you know, and then some of them are figuring out the ones that are missing, and I'm here to help people figure out which aspects are missing. You know, I'm here to help, dude. You tell me your story, I'll tell you exactly where where it's fucked up, and I'll tell you your part in it. I'll tell you, you know, whatever you want. It's just, we're all observationists, you know, and sometimes, like, I don't have other best. That's why I come up here and I ask for money from strangers. I started a GoFundMe page, you know, and I know that's why I lost subscribers. But I'm just like, you know, I've been part of freaking fundraising events for dogs and people, and, you know, where we've raised thousands, you know, and I'm just like, and I'm coming into a place in my spiritual path where I have to ask for help, because I have to teach other people that, yeah, you can be strong, but sometimes it takes more strength to be like, I don't got this and I need help, please. And I've asked everybody that I know that I feel comfortable with. And quite frankly, I don't want to get told no. So a lot of times I won't, because you just know who's gonna say no, and it's like, why am I gonna? Mom used to always say, why would you set yourself up for disappointment? Well, I didn't know they'd say no. Really, Marge? You didn't? Yeah, okay, I guess I did. You know. So, but it wasn't until I found all the aspects that I learned to love myself and to teach myself how to treat myself good, because nobody else was going to do it. Nobody else was going to be caring and kind, and sometimes I'll hug, I'll freaking rub my own shoulders and stuff like that. Mom offers to give me a back rub sometimes, but her little hands aren't real strong enough how I do it like how I like it. So I just doing it to let her do it. So, but don't deny those aspects that are coming back in right now. Allow them to come back in, and the world is healing. We just got to get all these macho types to freaking drop their rocks and their anger and their might is right patriarchal programming that they've gotten for years and years. Dude, it wasn't easy for me to drop mine. I don't got no expectation it's going to be easy for anybody else, but if they want to, there's people like me that are here to help. That's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.